Welcome to Uncovering World's Reality, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an update. I bet you didn't know the Philippines is flexing its middle power clout by standing up to China in the South China Sea. The South China Sea, vital to global trade and home to some of the world's busiest shipping lanes, has long been dominated by China's assertive claims. For decades, this vast expanse of water has been a flashpoint, with neighboring countries watching anxiously as tensions simmered. But today, September 20th, 2025, the Philippines is changing the narrative, stepping forward with a bold new approach to defend its interests. No longer content with ignored diplomatic protests and empty promises, the Philippines is actively challenging China's expansive claims with new resolve and a clear sense of purpose. This shift is visible not just in diplomatic circles, but on the open water and in the skies above disputed reefs, where Filipino forces now stand vigilant and ready. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has vowed not to yield an inch of territory, backing words with action, modernizing the military, increasing defense budgets, and conducting assertive patrols in contested areas. Manila's message to Beijing is clear and unmistakable. The days of passive acceptance are over, and the Philippines will no longer be sidelined in its own backyard. This is a new chapter, where the Philippines is determined to shape its own destiny, forging a path of independence and national pride. By combining military upgrades, legal victories in international courts, and unwavering public resolve, the Philippines is now enforcing its rights on the water and inspiring its people. The risks are real, and the challenges are daunting. But for the Philippines, defending its exclusive economic zone and sovereignty is a cause worth every effort, a stand for the future of the nation. To understand today's tensions in the South China Sea, we must revisit the roots of this long-standing conflict, which stretches back decades and is shaped by history, geography, and national pride. The Spratly Islands and Scarborough Shoal are at the heart of overlapping claims by several nations. Yet Scarborough Shoal, just 124 nautical miles from the Philippines, stands out as especially symbolic for Filipinos, representing both livelihood and sovereignty. In 2012, China seized control of the shoal after a tense standoff, blocking Filipino fishermen and humiliating Manila. This event marked a turning point, fueling anger and frustration across the Philippines. In response, the Philippines took the unprecedented step of bringing its case to the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague, seeking international support and legal clarity. In 2016, the tribunal invalidated China's sweeping claims and affirmed Filipino rights to the waters and resources, but China ignored the ruling, continuing its activities in the disputed area. This legal victory, though unenforced, hardened Manila's resolve and inspired a new sense of determination among its leaders and citizens. The government soon realized that protests and court decisions alone were not enough to protect its interests or change the situation on the ground. The focus shifted to building a credible deterrent, strengthening the Navy, and actively challenging China's actions through regular patrols and new defense strategies. Today, the fight for Scarborough Shoal is not just a legal battle. It's an ongoing struggle at sea, with each side testing the other's resolve and capabilities. The memory of 2012 continues to drive the Philippines' new assertiveness, shaping its actions and policies in the face of ongoing challenges. The Philippines' new confidence is built on a modernized military, not just words. After years of underinvestment, the country is now making bold moves to secure its maritime future and assert its sovereignty in contested waters. The Navy now fields advanced missile frigates, equipped with state-of-the-art sensors and weaponry, giving the fleet a technological edge never seen before in Philippine history. Alongside them are fast Acero-class patrol gunboats, capable of reaching the farthest corners of its exclusive economic zone, patrolling vast stretches of sea with speed and agility. These new vessels, armed with Israeli-made Spike NLOS missiles, can threaten larger ships and defend Philippine waters. Their precision and range mean that any hostile vessel entering Philippine territory now faces a credible deterrent. In September 2025, a Wildcat helicopter launched a Spike missile during drills, showcasing rapid response over-the-horizon strike capability. This demonstration proved the Navy's ability to project power far beyond the coastline. The Navy's transformation is about more than hardware. It's about integrating ships, helicopters, and surveillance for a cohesive defense. Seamless coordination between assets is now a core strength, allowing for faster decision-making and more effective responses to threats. Plans are underway to acquire more anti-submarine helicopters, patrol vessels, and advanced support ships, further expanding the Navy's reach and versatility. By 2027, new maritime patrol aircraft will join the fleet, enhancing the Philippines' ability to monitor and protect its vast maritime domain from the air. This focus on intelligence and surveillance is crucial for monitoring Chinese movements and responding to incursions in real time, giving the Philippines a strategic advantage. Recent drills proved the Philippines is learning to use its new tools as an effective fighting force. Training and joint exercises are sharpening the skills of sailors and officers alike. The modernization program is a clear signal. The Philippines is ready to defend its maritime rights, and its sailors are prepared to stand their ground. The era of neglect is over. Manila is now a serious maritime power, determined to protect its seas and shape its own destiny in the region. Tensions erupted into tragedy last month near Scarborough Shoal. On August 11, 2025, a Philippine fisheries vessel on a supply run was aggressively pursued by a Chinese Coast Guard cutter and a PLA Navy destroyer. In the chaos, the two Chinese ships collided, resulting in the deaths of at least 2 Chinese sailors. Video evidence released by the Philippines showed the frantic chase and damage to the Chinese vessel. The Philippine ship escaped, but the incident sent shockwaves through the region. Analysts blame China's reckless disregard for maritime safety rules, creating a situation where disaster was inevitable. The tragedy exposed the dangers of China's gray zone tactics, harassment that now led to fatalities among its own personnel. Beijing has not acknowledged the deaths, but the incident strengthened Manila's case as the responsible actor. For the Philippines, it was a harrowing but vindicating moment. Behind the headlines, Filipino fishermen are living the consequences of the South China Sea conflict. For generations, these waters have been their lifeblood, but since 2012, Chinese harassment has made fishing dangerous and unprofitable. Fishermen face water cannons, confiscated gear, and dwindling catches as they're forced into crowded, less productive waters. China's island building has destroyed coral reefs, devastating fish stocks and local livelihoods. In July 2024, a Chinese vessel damaged protected corals near Thitu Island, further harming the ecosystem. The Philippine government's new assertiveness, naval patrols and supply missions, offers hope and protection. For fishermen, seeing a Philippine naval vessel means they're not alone. The government's actions are finally defending their right to fish in ancestral waters. The struggle is about more than territory. It's about survival for entire communities. The fight for the sea is a fight for their future. The war of words between Manila and Beijing is as fierce as the clashes at sea. The Philippines frames its actions as legitimate defense, backed by international law and public evidence of Chinese aggression. President Marcos Jr. and officials like Eduardo Ano are uncompromising, using the 2016 arbitral ruling as their foundation. China, meanwhile, claims victimhood, accuses the Philippines of provocation, and refuses to recognize the Hague ruling. Beijing's official line is that it's reclaiming historical territory, while blaming Manila for confrontations. China has not acknowledged the deaths of its sailors, instead deflecting blame. The two sides share no common ground, just competing narratives. It's a battle of law and transparency versus power and propaganda. The Philippines' stand is more than a local dispute. It's a test for the global rules-based order. If China can ignore international law without consequence, it sets a dangerous precedent worldwide. The Philippines' resistance shows that even middle powers can push back through modernization, alliances, and information campaigns. Its actions inspire other Southeast Asian claimants and could foster a more unified regional response. The South China Sea is vital for global trade. Instability here threatens economies everywhere. By defending freedom of navigation and international law, the Philippines acts as a guardian of global stability. Its resolve signals that coercion has costs, helping maintain peace in the Indo-Pacific. The courage of one nation is shaping a more secure future for all.